I did so. Like I remember one night after someone had ghosted me in my late 20s. And as I stayed with that, at some point, it felt like the bottom dropped out from under me, and I dropped into this horrid pit of excruciatingly uncomfortable feelings. And yet, there are many other people who are overwhelmed by their emotions. It feels horrendous. But to the best of our ability, we need to be able to access these feelings, because if you can't feel it, you can't heal it. We need to bring our full awareness to be fully present with what we're feeling so that these deep emotional wounds can heal. The process could be that much more painful for those of us who have self-medicated with alcohol and other recreational drugs, and even pharmaceuticals like anti-depressants, anti-anxiety meds can further complicate the process of healing. As I said before, the painful losses that so many of us go through at times can be excruciatingly painful, and not knowing how to cope with the heartache or other overwhelming emotional responses, many of us fall into this trap of thinking and talking obsessively about what's not working, talking it to death with anyone that we could find or get to listen to us. In these instances, it's like we're desperately attempting to make sense of and to exercise control over the other person and the crazy making relational drama unfolding, all in an effort to stop the hurt. Yet in doing so, we're disconnecting by going up into our heads. So we're stuck up here in our heads, but down here in our body, it's generating more and more of the emotion. And it widens that gulf between our intellect and the emotions. It's building that charge, it's building that emotional force. And the more that we continue to do so, it's like the pattern itself is becoming more deeply entrenched. It's an incredibly self-destructive thing to do. And it causes us more and more suffering. By doing that, we inadvertently are reinforcing the dysfunctional patterns that so many of us remain stuck in terms of the way our relationships play out. And that perpetuates our suffering indefinitely. I'm not saying to never talk about the issues concerning you. Sometimes we do need to open up and express what's going on. We need to confide in someone who's understanding, for instance, a psychotherapist or a trusted friend. But there comes a point at which we've said as much as we can say, a point at which it's no longer productive to just keep talking about it. And if we do so, then what happens is we